What are the top three things that a man who wants to go somewhere better, not to hook up, but to actually find a meaningful relationship? What are the three things they need to know? I would say number one is you have to lead.
Yes, I would say look for three or four things. First thing is look for attraction. Mutual attraction is really, really important. One-way attraction might get you there. She might leave you for a little while, but loyalty is only really, really cemented in men and women when they're truly attracted to their partner. If either of them is truly missing it, you can stay together, but it will be missing intimacy. So the first thing is always to look at attraction. The second thing I would always say is look for people with similar family background. Now, what I mean by that is if you come from a broken home, they come from a broken home, at least you understand something. But if you come from a very intact family and everything is, there's a clear structure of a father, mother, everything, and you're picking somebody with a really broken home, they're not going to understand the roles of each person the way you were raised. And as a result, you're going to be fighting to get them to understand how a family works. Whereas if they come from a similar family background, everything is a bit more effortless.
Stop trying to fix everybody.
Stop trying to fix.
Say more things are just not a fit.
No, not a fit. So try and look for somebody with a similar family set of values. And what I mean by values is, do you see right and wrong in the same way? Was it right that your dad did the cooking or your mum did the cooking and cleaning? Do you see right and wrong in the same way? If your family raised you to see right and wrong in a certain way and somebody else's family raised them to see it complete opposite, you're going to be bumping heads over small things, almost everything. So try and look for somebody whose family raised them in a similar way. And the final thing I would say is, as a successful person who's going abroad and traveling and expats, all that stuff, try and look for a partner that has an identity with work, has a relationship with work. She doesn't have to be an entrepreneur or a CEO, but if she has no capabilities or no outside of the relationship, she might find it really difficult to understand when you've got business meetings or when you have to travel or when you can't be on the phone for hours. If she's got some identity outside of the relationship, whether that's a hobby, whether that's her own little business, whether it's, family, having kids, it gives her some.
And I would argue, ideally, maybe a father who was a provider, so that it's not, hey, you should always be selling your business and let's retire to the beach.
Yeah, exactly. So she understood that kind of background where men would be busy. So I do think it's quite important to pick somebody who will understand that you won't always be available all day, every day. And she truly understands that when she has her own identity.
And can be comfortable with that, can be comfortable on her own. I've heard this from some folks in China. It's not important how much you love her. It's important that she loves you. Yeah. It sounds like you don't agree with that.
No, I agree with that.
Do you?
My advice always to men is never focus on the woman that you're most madly in love with. Like, that's great, but that should be a byproduct of her love for you. You should actually pick a woman who's loving, loyal, caring, would be a great mother, and you're attracted to. She loves you a lot, and because she loves you a lot, you then dote on her and provide for her and give her a family and do a lot for her. But falling in love with a woman and then worrying about whether she likes you and trying to get is the wrong way around. It's always the wrong way.
There are no Serbian guys sitting around, I wonder if she likes me.
You'll never meet a man in Moldova who has to think, like, does she like me or not? He just picks a woman who really, really loves him. Yeah. And then because she loves him and is loyal to him and is great to him and great to his family, he's just like, okay, I'm going to provide for you, give you a family, whatever you want. Okay, done. But what the Western way is, pick a woman, get obsessed with that woman and try and convince her to like you back. Women's loyalty is instantaneous. And what I mean by that is the moment they like you, they can get obsessed and in love with you. If she's not like that with you, chances of her becoming like that is going to be very, very slim. So your best bet is to pick a woman who truly loves and attached to you. And because she's so loving and good to you, you reward her effectively. You give her a home, you give her a house, you give her children, you give her a life. But picking a woman and hoping she'll choose you and she's dating another guy and she's sleeping with this guy and you're trying to get loyalty out of a woman who's not truly invested in you is a zero-sum game. You're not going to win.
We want them to win. Sadia Khan, good to see you here in Malaysia.
Thank you.